Hello my fellow riders and welcome back to Riding Reviews. Today we're going to be taking a look around the MCN Birmingham Motorcycle Show. So we're going to do this in a couple of different videos. Reason being is because we don't want to make it too long, so we're going to do it in sections. The first video is going to be on Moto GB. Now here we are at the Moto GB kiosk. They do lots of different brands in the UK, importing bikes like Lambretta, Moto GB, Hero and the new QJMOTOR. So we're just going to do a quick look around of all the different bikes just so you can get a little bit of a feel of what they are doing. So the Lancia 800 Trial is a twin-cylinder, 4-stroke, double overhead cam, 8-valve, 754cc, 60 kilowatts at 60 newton meters of torque, liquid cooled, and the seat height is 818 mil. 818. This is the T100 2VX, 2-cylinder, 4-stroke, 8-valve, single overhead cam, 997cc, 65 kilowatt hours of power at 89 newton meters of torque. It's liquid cooled, 820 millimeter seat height and 6-speed transmission. This one comes in at £7,999 plus OTR of approximately £250. Now, MotoGB do many different sizes of motorcycle. This one is a Keeway Fact X 125 single cylinder, 125cc, 7.5 kilowatts, which is on the low end, 9.1 newton meters of torque, and air cooled. Just a basic box standard 125cc, LED headlights, which is a nice feature, but it comes in at £1,999 plus OTR. Now this one's an XDV 125 Evo Pro, single cylinder, 4-stroke, 4-valve engine, 125cc at 9 kilowatt hours of power, 9.5 newton meters of torque, liquid cooled, 870 millimeter seat height, that's fairly tall. £2,999 plus OTR. To be fair, again, it's a little bit on the low end of a 125cc horsepower. The legal limit for a 125 nowadays is 14.7 horsepower. This one, I imagine, can get up to about 65 miles an hour. You do lose a little bit on the automatic transmission. Now, this has been one of the bikes that they have been doing for donkey's years, which is the Keeway Superlight. They have been doing this for approximately 14 years. We've sold many of these over the time. So, Superlight SE 125cc, 1-cylinder, 4-stroke, 2-valve air-cooled overhead valve engine, 7.8 kilowatts of power at 8.9 newton meters of torque. The engine is really based on single-cylinder old Yamaha engine, I believe it is. But again, other than the fuel injection, they've been doing that same bike for approximately 14 years. I guess if you're selling loads of them, why change? The MGB Motor Belly G102V, 997cc, 70 kilowatts of power, 102 newton meters of torque at seat height of 680. It is a nice looking cruiser. This one looks like it's the same V-twin in that. So this one's a T1002 V 2-cylinder, 4-stroke, 8-valve, single overhead cams, 997cc, 65 kilowatts, 89 newton meters of power, liquid cooled. But again, that comes in at quite a good price at £7,999 plus OTR. This one's the TRK 502K, or sorry, X, twin cylinder, 4-stroke, double overhead cam, 4-valve, 500cc, 35 kilowatts, 45 newton meters of torque, and it is liquid cooled with a seat height of 840 millimeters. Oh, camera's having a bit of an epi. This one's a standard 502. Engine's the same. £200 less than the X, but they come in at £4,899 or £4,699. This one's a 752S, twin cylinder, 4-stroke, double overhead cam, 8-valve, 754cc, 56 kilowatts, has 67 newton meters of torque. A TRX 702. This one's a twin cylinder, 4-stroke, double overhead cam, 8-valve, 698cc, 51 kilowatts and 70 newton meters of torque, liquid cooled, 830 mil for £6,799. Apparently the luggage on these is £599 on top. I believe that's for the racking and for the top box and side panniers. This one's a 702 as well. BN125cc, single cylinder, 4-stroke, 125cc, 8.2 kilowatts of power, 10 newton meters of torque, air cooled. Again, this is on the low side of the power for the 125cc market, and it's because it's got a air-cooled engine. Generally what you find is air-cooled engines have the lower horsepower, and they're mainly based on things like the old Yamaha or older Honda engines. But that one comes in at £2,599. Since I started doing the YouTube videos, these have all changed quite a lot. So I've got the F125. This one is a single cylinder, 4-stroke, 4-valve, double overhead cam, 125cc at 10.7 horsepower. So this is getting to the more powerful ones. This one comes in at 14 horsepower and 9,500 RPM with a torque rating of 11.5. This one is liquid cooled. As I showed on the other one, the air cooled ones are generally a lower power engine. The water cooled ones are higher. And this bike should top out about 70, 72, 73, something along those lines. Single cylinder, sorry, the X-Lite 125, single cylinder, 4-stroke, 2-valve, 125cc. That's weird. 2-valve. 8.2 horsepower, which comes out at 11 kilowatts and 9.7 newton meters of torque, and it is air cooled. With my videos nowadays, I am trying to do as many as possible, but as you can imagine, I am fairly busy. I've got a lot of things going on in a minute, and we are trying very hard to keep the videos coming, but sometimes we just don't really have the chance to do it. So this one's the RKS 125 single cylinder 4-stroke 2-valve 125cc at 8.38 kilowatts of power, coming out at 11.4 horsepower, 8.7 newton meters of torque, and it is air cooled. So a couple of years ago, quite a lot of the small 125ccs started to come out with a V twins. This is one of them, which is the RKV 125 V-Twin 125cc, 9.5 horsepower. Again, for a small capacity 125, it's a little bit on the mid-range. You're looking at 12.5 horsepower, which works out at 9.5 kilowatts at 14 newton meters of torque. This one is liquid cooled. Again, another one of their V Cruisers. I like the colour scheme on this one. These are coming out at £4,299. The one before was £3,499. Moving along to the Voge scooters. This is a Voge SR16 single cylinder 124.9cc at 8.5 kilowatts of power. This is good for about 65 miles an hour at 11 newton meters of torque, 800 millimeters of height at £2,799. Again, this will probably have the same engine as the last one, but this is the SR1 Adventure single cylinder 1.2 124.9 horsepower at 8.5 kilowatts, £2,999. From my understanding, the Voge has been around for quite a while, especially with Moto GB. They were doing it before with the 500. I had to go on a couple of those. I haven't actually had to go on any of their Voge 125s. This one's a bit better. It's a Voge 1.5 single cylinder double overhead cam, 1.24.8cc, 11 kilowatts, and that works out as 14.7 horsepower, which in the UK for a 125cc, that's the legal limit you're allowed. So you should be able to get 75 to 80 miles an hour at a push on this one. There's 6-speed, they're all massively economical, so you should be getting somewhere in the region of 110, 120 miles to the gallon, depending on your riding style. There's a Voge R625 parallel twin 8-valve double overhead cam, 581cc, 48 horsepower, 48 kilowatts at 64.3 horsepower, 58 newton meters of torque. That's a very nice bike. £4,999. plus OTR. Now I have been giving out my card all day today, trying to make it so that I can test ride a lot more bikes. As I say, I haven't been pushing it that much in the last year or so, but now I really want to get back into it, reviewing loads of different bikes. So it's a good thing for you guys. You can see exactly what is out there on the market, and so you can make an informed decision on what you want. This one's got a very unique headlight. So this one is an LFC 700 L-type 4-cylinder 4-stroke 16-valve engine, 676 horsepower, 676 cc at 58 kilowatts, 77.7 horsepower, 60 newton meters of torque, seat height of 695. Really low on that one. Thank you. Look at the size of that big rear tyre. $310.35.16. Huge. I quite like the exhaust on that one as well. This one comes, as a price surprises me on that, it's £8,999 on the road. MotoGB really bring in quite a lot of different manufacturers' bikes and just rebrand it for the UK market. But they are all brought in by MotoGB. They have done many different brands in the past, and I think they're here for quite a long time. Going on to the Sims now, this is the ADX 125, single cylinder 4-stroke 125cc, 12 horsepower, 11.5 newton meters of torque, coming in at £3,299. Here we are for Lambretta. Lambretta, we used to sell loads of these, and also the Royal Alloys. One of my videos that I did previously, I said it wrong, and people absolutely slated me for it. It's Royal Alloy, not Royal Ali. I had to cancel all the comments on that one because people were right getting on that one. I had about 400 comments of people saying how much they didn't like me saying the name wrong. We found before the 250 and the 350, the 250 quite often on the road seemed a little bit faster than the 350. I don't know quite why that is. I do know that they do use a different engine. This one here is a special edition X300 Caser. Single cylinder 4-stroke 300cc, 18 kilowatts of power at 224.5 newton meters of torque, and it is liquid cooled. Let's zoom out on that one a bit. Sorry, my camera's having a bit of an epi. So yeah, that's a MotoGB stand. I will be doing over the next couple of days some more stands as well, but I'm trying to limit it to one stand per day so that we don't have a 2.5 hour video like previously. So MotoGB, they have been around for a long period of time. They have done many different bikes in the past, and I'm sure they'll be doing lots of different bikes in the future. As I stated earlier, we will be doing lots of videos on different stands, and I'm going to break it into segments. So I will see you again tomorrow and hopefully you will join me. But I will upload a video a day for the next couple of days so that you guys can see everything here if you didn't have the opportunity to come. I am currently working at the Yamazaki store, so if you are about and you want to come and say hi, I will be there, or I'm going to be walking around the show until Friday afternoon. So hopefully I'll see you then. But as always, ride safe.